Welcome to Straight Talk. My name is Theo Nix, your host. My goal and your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to challenge the way you look at things and give you useful information that will change your life for life. This transformative information will empower, enrich, enable, enlighten, equip, and encourage you. We are not here to whine, whimper, complain, or berate. There is no political slant. We want to help you to navigate through the mirage of confusing, conflicting, and deliberately distorted messages you receive each day, and to empower you to question what you hear and what you are fed, and to use your common sense, to ask questions and not drink the Kool-Aid just because it is served. We will search for the truth and let you, the viewer, decide. We want to give you content that matters. So without further ado, let's begin. There has been so much attention on Greece in recent weeks, but the truth is that Greece represents only a very tiny fraction of an unprecedented global debt bomb which threatens to explode at any minute. According to globalresearch.org, there are 24 nations that are currently facing a full-blown debt crisis, and there are 14 more nations that are rapidly heading toward one. Not to mention all of the states and cities in America which are broke and are forced to keep raising taxes and limit services, including the public school catastrophe where they have no money for our kids. Right now, globally, there is approximately $200 trillion of debt on the books of these nations. That breaks down to about $28,000 of debt for every man, woman, and child on the entire planet. And since close to half of the population of the world lives on less than $10 a day, there is no way that all of this debt will ever be repaid. Democratic presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders recently convened a panel of economists in Washington to discuss the debt crisis in Greece and throughout the world. In his opening statement, Sanders talked about the debt crisis in Greece as well as Puerto Rico. Here is a highlight of what he had to say.
Who recently convened a panel of economists in Washington to discuss the debt crisis in Greece as well as, well, throughout the world. Senator Sanders said austerity has worsened the situation in Greece. This is some of what he had to say.
The very, very important issue regarding the ongoing debt crisis in Greece and the way that people in governments all over the world are struggling with too much debt. We're going to be focusing on Greece, but in truth, this issue goes beyond Greece. And countries that are struggling not only with too much debt, too much inequality, and too little growth and income. Over 70 years ago, the major economic leaders of 44 countries gathered at a hotel in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, to establish international economic and financial rules. As a result of that conference, the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank were established. I think it is clear to anyone who has taken a look at this situation that the rules regarding our international financial system today are rigged in favor of the wealthy and the powerful at the expense of everyone else. Today, 85 of the wealthiest people in this world own more wealth than the bottom half of the world's population, over 3 billion people. By next year, Oxfam has estimated that the top 1% of the world's population will own more wealth than the bottom 99% of the world's population. In my view, we have got to begin, and I hope this forum today is a start in that process, a serious discussion about how we change our international financial rules to expand economic opportunity and reduce income and wealth inequality, not only in Greece and in Puerto Rico, but throughout the world. The global economy is simply unsustainable when so few have so much and so many have so little.
I want to be clear. I am not supporting Bernie Sanders or any party or politician for that matter. What I am doing is listening to what he has to say. According to Oxfam International, and as Mr. Sanders has said, today 85 of the wealthiest people or families in this world own more wealth than the bottom half of the world's population, over 3 billion people. This is staggering. Think about that. And with all that power comes wealth. Do you think these 85 families want others to rise to the top with them? Of course not. They want to keep the money and power and put systems in place that keep them in power and keep them and their families wealthy for generations. They hide in the shadows, creating all this chaos and fear so they can keep their kingdoms, which is no longer sustainable or acceptable for the rest of us. The top 1%, who are these people? Some say they are rich families like the banking Rothschild family and the Rockefellers, who have stored centuries of wealth through their various means of business. I suggest you research these families and find out who they are and how far their tentacles go. Follow the money. You might be surprised at what you find. My friends, we need to take control over our lives, and that is what I hope this show inspires you to do. There is no silver bullet, no magic potion. Many people ask me how we can fix the problem. One way is to focus on how you can improve your situation. For example, if you are in debt, make a plan on what you can do to get out of debt. I know many of us are tied to the credit card industry. Believe it or not, I used to have 80 credit cards at one time. So I know about debt. But I made a plan, and today I'm happy to say I have only 2 credit cards. So my friends, be encouraged. If I can get rid of 78 credit cards and survive, so can you. For information on how I successfully got out of debt, please go to my website, www.generationalwealthcoach.com. For tips on getting out of debt, or if you would like to share your tips, email them to me at theo@generationalwealthcoach.com. Okay, coming up next, we look into our national unemployment rate of 5.1%. And later in the show, our special guest, Mr. Ed Capodanno, President of Associated Builders and Contractors of Delaware, talks job training and job opportunities for Delawareans. Don't go away. This is Straight Talk. I'm Theo Nix Jr., your Generational Wealth Coach. My Generational Wealth series teaches you how to become wealthy, keep your wealth, and pass it through generations. So if you're poor, you want to get middle class and then wealthy. If you're middle class, you want to get wealthy. And I'm going to show you how you can do that.
Big dreams attract big people. The difference between super achievers and the rest of the world is that super achievers dream bigger. Theo Nix is definitely a super achiever, and you want to attend one of his Generational Wealth series. You will not only learn wisdom, but you will learn insights, and you will learn a plan that will help to guide you and your family to build generational wealth.
Learn how to improve your credit score. Start your own business without large startup costs and lawyer fees. Virtually eliminate your taxes. Protect your wealth so you're able to pass it through generations.
Access these tips in person by inviting the Generational Wealth Coach to speak. For more information, or to schedule the Generational Wealth Coach to speak at your business, school, or organization, visit www.generationalwealthcoach.com. Create wealth that lasts generations. Join the Circle of Wealth today.
Welcome back to Straight Talk. As of August 2015, the national unemployment rate was 5.1%, according to the National Conference of State Legislators. But somehow we aren't seeing it. So many jobs are being sent overseas, and so many companies are laying off employees. Is it me, or does that rate seem low to you? When I look around, I see or hear so many people out of work. American companies are laying off employees or sending jobs overseas in record numbers. As of July 2015, Delaware's unemployment rate was 4.7% according to debtofnumbers.com. However, these rates didn't make much sense to us, so we did a little research and found that maybe these unemployment rates are skewed. Check this out. According to Gallup.com, if you, a family member, or anyone is unemployed and has subsequently given up on finding a job, or if you are so hopelessly out of work that you've stopped looking over the past 4 weeks, the Department of Labor no longer counts you as unemployed. That's right. You don't count and you don't get added to the unemployment numbers even though you're unemployed. You see, it's a trick to make us believe the unemployment numbers are going down. Here's another reason why the official rate is misleading. Say you're out of work, but if you perform a minimum of just 1 hour of work in a week and are paid at least $20, maybe someone pays you, for example, to mow their lawn. You're not officially counted as unemployed. So here's another group of people not added to the unemployed workers that make up the unemployment rate. It's another trick to dupe us into believing more jobs are being created. Yet another figure of importance that doesn't get much press, those working part-time but who want full-time work. So for example, let's say you have a degree and are working 10 hours part-time because it is all you can find. In other words, you are severely unemployed. The government doesn't count you in the national 5.1% unemployment rate. According to shadowstats.com, which gives you analysis behind and beyond what the government is giving us, are you ready for this? They have the national unemployment rate at a whopping 22.9% for August. This number is notably higher because ShadowStats includes long-term discouraged workers who were removed from being included in the unemployment statistics since 1994. That estimate is added to the Bureau of Labor Statistics estimate of unemployment, which includes short-term discouraged workers. So I ask you, what number comes closer to what you see in your world? I have to say it's the 22.9%. I encourage you to do your own research. When things don't make sense, do your own research and use your common sense. You will be shocked at what you find out. We certainly were. Okay, not to worry. Our next segment is very encouraging. We have one solution for the lack of jobs right here at home. Stay tuned for an interview with Mr. Ed Capodanno, president of Associated Builders and Contractors of Delaware, who talks job training and available jobs for Delawareans. Don't go away. This is Straight Talk. Hi, this is Theo, and I am America's generational wealth coach. Now, we live in a capitalist society, and in this capitalist society called America, there will always be wealthy people, poor people, and everybody else stuck in the middle like a bunch of crabs in a basket called the middle class. Over the past 30 years, I have worked as a lawyer to billionaires, millionaires, and Fortune 500 companies. And I have developed a series of products that will teach you what I've learned. In Generational Wealth Class 1, I talk to you about this thing called wealth. What is wealth? Who has this wealth and how you can get it and keep it? In Generational Wealth Class 2, I talk to you about one of the most important aspects of any class that I will teach, called credit repair. In Generational Wealth Class 3, I give you information, valuable information on how to protect what you have. In Generational Wealth Class 4, I talk to you about the benefits of starting your own company, and I give you information on how to start one on the cheap without spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on a lawyer. All of this information I have put together in a series of products. Once you get this information and follow these simple steps, You will change your life for life. I urge you to go to my website, download this material, and it will begin to change your life for life. This is Theo, your generational wealth coach. Welcome back to Straight Talk, and welcome to my special guest, Mr. Ed Capodanno of Associated Builders and Contractors of Delaware. It's a privilege to have you here, Ed.
Thanks for having me, Theo. I appreciate it very much.
So you and I have been working for over a year now in workforce development and trying to get Delawareans some jobs, meaningful jobs. But first, tell us about ABC. What is Associated Builders and Contractors? What do they do?
Associated Builders and Contractors is a trade association of commercial and industrial contractors that are in Delaware. We have roughly about 400 members statewide. We're part of a national organization that has 70 chapters around the country. And we believe in the free enterprise and open competition freedom in Delaware. So we've been around since 1981, and we're excited to help with workforce development and train kids in the wonderful world of construction.
That's great, Ed. So, I've been speaking at some of the ABC conferences you've had on workforce development. It's a passion of mine. I think to save this country, we need to retrain our workers and our citizens. What is ABC doing to try to teach our folks, and how do they go about it?
Well, we have 3 initiatives currently going on in the school districts. We're heavily involved in the VOTEC schools in Delaware with co-op students in 12th grade that work with our members during the day, and they get paid for that effort. Second issue is we are also working with students that want to pursue a career in construction in college. So we offer scholarships to graduating high school seniors that want to pursue a career in construction at a college level. And then the final thing we do is we offer summer work opportunities for students in 11th grade that are looking to learn a little bit more about construction. So we have 3 initiatives that we're hoping will inspire people to want to go into the world of construction and join our industry long term.
That's great, Ed. I look at the situation with our kids in college, and they're not getting meaningful jobs to pay those student loans off. And so what I like about what you all are doing at ABC is to actually pay kids or anybody who wants to be in construction while they're going to school, and then when they come out with their training, they have jobs.
Correct. So the goal is that there are students that go to high school that just do not want to pursue a career in college or get a college degree. Those are the individuals that we're looking for. They're looking for a meaningful career that can make a good wage, they can get good benefits, they can have a steady job, and they can create a career for themselves and also a life for their family. So construction offers that career to individuals, and we are the conduit to trying to help those students find their way. And we believe strongly in that not all kids are suited for college, but there are careers out there, not just in construction, as you know, Theo, but in other industries that people can pursue with a high school degree and have a meaningful career and a wonderful life for them and their family.
Yeah, that's great. I know that college isn't for everybody, and our students are plagued with debt. Talk to me about the misperception that people have about construction being like ditch digging and it's dirty. I mean, there are some fabulous construction jobs in all kinds of trades that really was eye-opening to me. And I think most of our listeners probably don't even know the various opportunities of the types of construction jobs that are out there.
Well, construction is a varied program. Most people think of construction, they think of hardworking, backbreaking, long hours types of jobs. There are a lot of great jobs out there: electricians, carpenters, heavy equipment operators. Most of the jobs that you see out there nowadays are very, very technology driven. We've gotten up with modern technology, and you can make a very good living in construction. So you have to be good with your hands. You have to like to see things and visualize things as you're building them. But if you are a hardworking individual, you show up for work every day, you can learn the skills that are needed to be successful in construction. We can teach you those skills. But you have to have the soft skills that we talked about many a times, Theo, in order to be successful in our industry. And I think that we look forward to doing that. We've been spending a lot of time on soft skill training with the individuals at the VOTEC schools because that's what we see as the most important part of our industry.
The other issue is veterans and our second-class citizens, returning veterans, our ex-offenders. You and I have been working on a number of initiatives quietly to try to get them into the business world. What do you see as our initiative to try to move that beyond just a piece of paper?
Well, we have an initiative at ABC called ABC Red, White, and Blue in construction. We partnered with the Division of Military Affairs in Dover, and we have an opportunity for our members to post their jobs on the website where veterans can go and see, and they can apply for jobs in construction. So we started it about 12 months ago. It's been highly successful. It gives our members the opportunity to hire veterans who bring the skills that are needed to be successful in construction. And that is teamwork, discipline, being to work on time, work ethic. All the veterans bring that to the table. So it's been a great recruiting tool for us to try to recruit members into our organization and into our member companies. So we're continuing to push that initiative, and we're hoping that more veterans will become involved in that. If they are, they can certainly give me a call, and we'd be happy to help them out.
That's great, and I know that you and I are working quietly to get our ex-offenders into the market. Right now, nationally, there's 8 to 10 million of our American citizens who are ex-felons. We know that it's been very difficult for them to get jobs because businesses don't want to hire ex-felons. We've got to change that, and I know that you and I are trying to quietly move the needle on that and try to move the nation beyond making ex-offenders felons for the rest of their life.
Well, we started a program, as you know, you helped us start this program about 6 months ago, where we partnered with an individual by the name of Greg Morris, who helped identify some recent graduates that would be able to join us in the construction industry that recently got out of prison. Our members hired those 5 individuals. We're putting them into the state apprenticeship program to give them more skills to be more successful long term. We're hoping to expand that program in the future to make it more available to more individuals coming out of the prison system. There is also an apprenticeship program currently in the prison system, started by ABC, for felons that are already in there learning the plumbing and HVAC trade to give them skills that they can compete with when they come out in order to get a job. So there are some initiatives there. I think it's a population that is underserved currently right now by the state of Delaware in all industries, and I think that we should look towards working more about that in the future.
Great, and we're going to move that, and you and I are going to move that needle and change the way the nation perceives those ex-felons. So Ed, thank you so much for coming in today. To find out more about ABC, please go to www.abcdelaware.com, and we will be right back. This is Straight Talk. I'm Theo Nix Jr., your Generational Wealth Coach. My Generational Wealth series teaches you how to become wealthy, keep your wealth, and pass it through generations.
Big dreams attract big people. The difference between super achievers and the rest of the world is that super achievers dream bigger. Theo Nix is definitely a super achiever, and you want to attend one of his Generational Wealth series. You will not only learn wisdom, but you will learn insights, and you will learn a plan that will help to guide you and your family to build generational wealth.
Learn how to improve your credit score. Start your own business without large startup costs and lawyer fees. Virtually eliminate your taxes. Protect your wealth so you're able to pass it through generations.
I talked things over with Theo, and since then, my husband and I together have pretty good credit. So what we're going to do is start an online business, and we're going to go out and get some of that money that Theo said that's out there for people who want to go into business for themselves. So thanks a lot, Theo.
He is an extraordinary gifted communicator, a man of great wealth, knowledge that will be beneficial to anyone who's really thinking about attending his seminars or utilizing him personally as a coach.
For more information, or to schedule the Generational Wealth Coach to speak at your business, school, or organization, visit www.generationalwealthcoach.com. Create wealth that lasts generations. Join the Circle of Wealth today.
Welcome back to Straight Talk. And I hope this show gave you some new knowledge that will inspire you to start questioning what you are hearing in the mainstream media and encourage you to do your own research. then use your head and common sense to see the world as it is, not as they want you to see it. And take control of your life and not hand it over to the wealthiest 1% or the 85 wealthiest families in the world. Remember this, knowledge is power, and those who have the knowledge have the power and will dominate and control those who don't. Therefore, one key to having dominion and control in this world is to acquire the same knowledge as the wealthy, the powerful, the connected, the privileged, and the elite. That is our goal at Straight Talk. We will help you level the playing field and help you and your family to live an extraordinary life for life. For more information about jobs on Delaware and how to get out of debt, go to www.generationalwealthcoach.com/Straight Talk. To join the Circle of Wealth, contact me with your email address at theo@generationalwealthcoach.com. Follow me on Twitter at TheoGenWealth and on Facebook. And we will see you next time. This is Straight Talk, and my name is Theo Nix.